Hello and welcome, Neumont University students and beyond. I'm Sky, here again with another game, actually, believe it or not. Marvel Rivals. I told you about it at the end of last stream, but if you're new, you're here. Marvel Rivals happening today. I believe we are against a team called Chapman. Have a pretty interesting logo. It's a C with a little like panther something inside of it. We are setting up the lobby right now, looks like. And it's going to be a pretty interesting game. The last game that I casted for Marvel Rivals was pretty Neumont-sided. They played really well. They defended their points really well. And just like overall, had a lot of interesting and fun gameplay. I don't know an insane amount about this game, being fully honest. I played it a lot when it was originally coming out, and I solo, I played Jeff the entire time. Pretty fun time. But I do get a lot of the characters confused, a lot of the abilities confused, so if that ends up happening, I do apologize. But there's a real chance that that does happen, and I'm not going to lie to you about it. Especially when it comes to whether or not a character is a Vanguard versus a DPS. I get so confused every single time because a lot of the characters that look like Vanguards are DPSs, and a lot of the characters that are DPSs look like Vanguard. And then you have Deadpool, who is all three, and I don't know how to tell the difference, not gonna lie to you. I think you just hold tab and find out. We are, what appears to be like, gonna move into Clintar? I've never seen this map a day in my life. Not even sure if it's actually the map that we're playing on. It's just the one that's selected here right now. But if we are, it looks like it's going to be domination, whichever game mode that means for Marvel Rivals. But yeah, going to be interesting. I would assume domination is the points one. Because most hero shooters have like 3 or 4 game modes, and it's usually points, it's point payload, and then it's payload. Those are usually the 3 that you can find in every one. Some of them have the multi-sided points where it's... Oh, I'm stupid. It probably does. Let me fix that. Thank you. Thank you very much for mentioning that. It's Chapman, not George Mason. I have never done a stream one into another before. It causes a lot of issues for my brain. Thanks again for catching that Eclipse Void. I have fixed it now, I believe. Looks like it. Moving on, looks like we have most of the players from both teams in and on. Chapman's side appears to have a diamond, a celestial, 2 platinums, and another diamond. Neumont's side has 2 grandmasters, 2 platinums, and 1 diamond. Not sure what the ranking for Neumont versus... not sure what the difference in ranking fully is. Wow, that's annoying that pressing that pops that up there. Well, let's go find out. Marvel Rivals ranking. Looks like Neumont has pulled in their last player. We are waiting on Chapman for their last player. So, looks like the ranking for Marvel Rivals goes Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Grandmaster, Celestial, Eternity, 1 above all. So, Neumont has 3 Grandmasters now, 1 Diamond, and 2 Platinums, which means that they are all in those, like, middle ranges, while the highest person on Chapman is Celestial, which is above Grandmaster, and they are mostly around the Platinum Diamond range. Going to be interesting to see if that celestial person is going to be able to help the rest of Chapman through callouts and communication, or if the difference in like overall skill and dedication to the game is going to be enough for Neumont to just like absolutely blow through and kind of wash the other team. I don't think that it's going to go that way. I think it's going to be a fairly close game, especially with how similar the rankings are throughout. Neumont might have a few more Grandmasters, but ranking is not everything that decides how good you are at this game. I'm probably going to have to modify and change around where a couple things are at the start of the game. I'm not sure exactly what Marvel Rivals wants to keep versus get rid of, so might see me reorganize some stuff towards the beginning. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Hopefully I can do it during their like setup area. But regardless, Marvel Rivals is a pretty interesting hero shooter game. It is a hero shooter that is based on Marvel characters, so you get to see all your favorites. You get to see Spider-Man, Iron Man, Gambit, and Namor. A lot of characters that you recognize, a lot of characters that are not very popular, and some characters that became popular because of this game. I hadn't heard 0 people talk about characters like Jeff the Landshark prior to Marvel Rivals coming out. And now there's a billion people whose favorite Marvel character is Jeff the Landshark, and I can see why. I'm a Jeff Glazer through and through. I love me some Jeff. Cute little shark pup. Heals your team. Just wonderful character overall. I believe last time we saw Neumont running Doctor Strange, kind of just like the best Vanguard. You get the pushing, everything else. The last player from Chapman is here, and they are a silver 2. We are going to be getting into this game now, and hopefully I can reorganize the stuff before we get too deep into it. I'm not going to know too much about the bans, the picks, but hopefully I can offer a little bit of insight with how much I have played. Transitioning over into that, if it'll let me. Stream, please, please, please. There we go. Looks like that worked. Not really sure why it didn't want to do it initially. Gonna try to fix some of this stuff. I don't think I need either of these real quick. So let's get rid of those, and let's move their little pictures to places that hopefully won't be too disruptive for the game. Transition. It doesn't want to work, so let's just do how I did it. There we go. Looks like that worked. We see the Mantis ban into saving Wolverine here from maybe Neumont? I'm pretty sure it is Neumont. They banned Gambit as well. Gambit we saw a lot last time, and I can kind of see why they'd want to ban him. He kind of does a lot of everything. Reminds me of Twisted Fate from League of Legends with his card tricks. We see the Moon Knight save from the other team there. That's a little bit strange to me. I hear that Moon Knight is not very strong in competitive, and overall just a little bit different. Wait, I might be wrong on who is which side here. Chapman is A side, Neumont is B side, so Neumont might have saved the Moon Knight. Again, I've heard that he's not the best in competitive, but if Neumont can make it work, then Neumont can make it work. We see the Groot ban. I haven't seen Groot played or picked at all recently. Loki ban makes sense. Loki's kind of powerful. He's one of those healers that you think is a DPS, and honestly is both, because he does so much damage if you let him set up. Bucky save. Makes sense, makes sense. Bucky's a pretty strong pick. We see the not Bucky. We see the Punisher, we see the Wolverine on Neumont, so that leads me to believe that Neumont banned Gambit, Mantis, and Groot there. See Neumont with the Luna Snow, I believe? Not 100% on that. Let's open controls and see what I can do here. Again, this is my first time solo casting Marvel Rivals. I've cast it with people that I've known a lot more the past few times, so hoping to be able to do a little bit more here. Let's move these right here, maybe? I think they're out of the way there. There we go. Hopefully that's not too bad of a place to put. Yeah. Getting into this, I think I understand enough of how to do that. And to hide that, and we should be good. Getting into this, it looks like Chapman is on attack first. Neumont is going to be defending, and this appears to be... both teams are pushing towards the same objective to try to capture it. It's the dueling dueling for one objective now. Looks like Chapman has overall control of it first, but with the Silver 2 on their team, it's going to be really interesting to see if Neumont can play around that, take advantage of the fact that one of their players seems to have a lot less, at least dedication, if not experience in the game. Again, ranks out everything. That person could be on an ult for all I know, but Chapman does have overall control of the point first, as Neumont seems to have more like point push control leading into this. Chapman has one down as Wolverine manages to get in and find one pick on one of Chapman there as they hop onto Bucky, which is pretty interesting there. I did not know that I could pause it. How do I get caught back up here? Sorry. Again, brand new to this. There we go. Caught back up. Neumont goes one down. Chapman manages to find the Wolverine there as Neumont is really trying to hold this point, find everything that they can. Moon Knight, the Moon Haunts You, manages to find one of Neumont's supports. That's going to be pretty bad for Neumont here, as they might just get fully forced off and back. I think we see the Cloak and Dagger ult there, saving a lot of Neumont, maybe saving them enough time to get their people back onto point and stop this push from Neumont. You see a nice Doctor Strange ult there from Neumont as they manage to catch a few and force a lot off the point. It's just two left, just their Spider-Man bot there and the Moon Knight as Neumont finally pushes them off and finds the objective capture. Really, really good play from Neumont there as they just kind of got on the point, stuck on it, slowly played through, used their ults well, and forced Chapman off the point. Go Llamas indeed. We love to see some Go Llamas. Absolutely. Neumont immediately has the 20% lead. Not necessarily insurmountable at all, but pretty good start for Neumont here, as Chapman is really going to try to find a pick and then find their way on. They do find a pick on the Wolverine there as they're slowly trying to force their way onto the point off of it. It's not quite a pick off of one of their supports, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can really get anything good off of it. Both of the Doctor Stranges having an absolute brawl there as we see two ults pop from Neumont, both the Invisigirl and the Punisher. The Punisher goes down though. Here the Bucky ult. Do they find anything off of it? They do. They get the again. Do they get it a third time? They do. We see 3 agains from Chapman there as they force Neumont all the way back. 3 kills is just crazy. Again, can they get it though? I don't think so. Not quite. But again, 3 kills off of a Bucky ult. Just absolutely wonderful play from Chapman there. Unfortunate for Neumont as they have to back and try to find something here now. Their Cloak and Dagger has ult up, which means they can get a good play off of it as they're a nice, good heal and damage play off of it as their Doctor Strange is pretty close to ultimate as well. Looks like they have an Invisible ult. Agamotto plus that Cloak and Dagger finds them 3 immediately. They counter ult, but I don't think they're going to be able to find anything off of it as Neumont just has so much of an advantage. With 4 of Chapman going down, Neumont finds the objective once again. And honestly, it's going to be really hard for Chapman to get back in and find a good play now that they don't really have the ults to play off of. I don't think the counter ulting there might have been the play. I think that saving it for either next round or your last push in this round would have probably worked out better for you. Neumont, once again, just sticking to this point, trying to keep objective, trying to keep their plays up, as Iron Man has ult up and is ready to play this game. We hear that Bucky ult again. Can they find anything off of it? I don't think so. They go down. Neumont manages to find them as they just force the rest of Chapman off the point. They're 2 down. They're 3 down, basically. One of them just respawned. 4 down. Yeah, Chapman cannot find anything here. They're going to try to touch the point, but they do not make it there in time as Neumont takes this first round in this set. We are moving into the Celestial Codex here as Neumont has just absolutely taken that first round. They have 2 ults up moving into this, meaning they're at an advantage going into this round themselves. Wonderful play from Neumont, managing to shut down that Bucky, find the Moon Knight, and then just roll through the rest of them as they continue to play. If we see something like that again, they will absolutely take this first round here. Once again, I am solo casting, so sorry if I go silent for a minute. You're going to hear a lot of silence as I need to take sips or like relax my throat for a second to make sure I don't absolutely destroy my voice trying to cast this, but that is not to say that it will be that scuffed of a stream. I have enough experience solo casting that I feel like I might be able to carry this. We saw a couple of change-offs there. The Bucky turning into the Hela here, and we see a thing. I don't even know what the thing does. I have not played since he has been added, but I'm sure it's going to be interesting to see how both teams play moving forwards. Iron Man has ult up. It's going to be interesting to see how he uses it as he immediately hops up and tries to find something on some of them here. Neumont supports just doing some wonderful work, absolutely keeping their team up and alive. It's really hard to do that, especially when your team is made of like Iron Man and some of these other players, as you can have a hard time eating. Neumont has almost all of their ults up as we see this Cloak and Dagger ult from Buckman, but they can't quite find anything off of it as Neumont counter Cloak and Dagger ult. Their Invisible Girl goes down, but Neumont is trying to find something big here. Keeping all of their ults up, honestly, probably the right play. We see their Doctor Strange stopping one of Chapman's as 4 goes down, and Neumont just takes the first objective here. Once again, we see Neumont find one pick, usually on their supports, and then just roll with it. And that's really how you want to play Marvel Rivals. Supports are so important in this game because if they're up, your entire team is up. But if even one of them is down, you're all in danger. And that means that if you can find that support, if you can find that pick on them, you're at a massive, massive advantage. Chapman is trying to force their way onto objective here, but cannot quite get anything off as Neumont is just holding them back. A couple of Neumont's members almost go down, but once again, the support's just doing everything. We see the Eye of Agamotto try to get popped there, but it gets blocked as Chapman tries to continue to find their way on. Thing almost going down, but does not quite. Both of the teams are at kind of a stalemate here, but Neumont is still at a massive lead. Ult-wise, they find the Thing, and now the rest of Chapman is at a big, big disadvantage as that massive shield is just gone for them. Both one of their supports and their Moon Knight goes down. They have to kind of back up here as Neumont maintains all of their ultimates. And their Doctor Strange almost has theirs back once again. Wonderful play from Neumont here as Chapman just can't really find anything. Their Hela gets picked off and goes down as they're trying to make maybe their second to last push here. That's not what you want to see. We hear a Cloak and Dagger ult here, and then we see the immediate Iron Man counter ult. Can he find anything off of it? Doesn't quite look like it. See the Cloak and Dagger ult into both Punisher and Invisible Girl. Exactly what we want to see from Neumont as it's 90%. As long as they can hold this here, there's not a lot that Chapman can do. See them pop all of their ults. They're desperate to find something here. This Hela wants to find a pick, but cannot quite as they're blocked by that Doctor Strange. There's just nothing left for them to really do as overtime slowly ticks through. The Doctor Strange is going to try to portal their spawn and make sure that they cannot do anything. And it's just over. That's that first match there for Neumont and Chapman. Absolutely wonderful play. I don't know if this has play of the game. I don't think it does. I think it's just a cutscene saying who the MVP was for that match. But wonderful, wonderful play from both sides. I really liked how Neumont managed their ults there at the end and just kept on holding on to them. They knew that they didn't really need to pull them off as long as they could find that pick on that like Hela or that Moon Knight, because it would mean that Chapman wouldn't really have the opportunity to push forward and find anything there. While we wait, honestly, I can try to scroll through and find some of these good moments here as... Yeah, there it is. That massive ult into the tried counter ult, but this Neumont's Strange managed to block it. Finds pick, they find 3 there, and then just absolutely run through, force them off the ult, and that's kind of where the game like tilted in Neumont's favor there. They got the capture, they forced them all back, and just absolutely wonderful times. I wonder if I can find that last like push from whatever it's called, Chapman here as well. Let's find the start of it right here. We see the Moon Knight try to pop ult. We see a bunch of them try to pop ult here to find something. I believe Invisigarl does soon here as well, but Bayfly gets stunned there. Unfortunately, losing his ult, but it doesn't really matter. Manages to push them all back and keep them off the point. It's a little bit further ahead when I wanted to find it. It's when the Invisigarl. It's that last push right here. We see Chapman pop all of their ults, trying to find something. They can't quite find anything on Neumont as they all pop their ults right in sync with each other, stopping that massive push and just absolutely not letting them even touch the objective. Manages to find basically all of Chapman here as they find overtime, but cannot quite find anything big. Wonderful play from both sides in that first match, honestly, but it was just Neumont favored, unfortunately, and unfortunately for Chapman. And yeah, Yoshi, YMG being the MVP, Cloak and Dagger, I can absolutely see why. They had some wonderful ults there. They were really ready to counter ult and stop Chapman from winning anything. Ooh. Looks like they are readied up, and we will be moving into this next match right here, right now. Igniting the time stream. That is the first of potentially 7 matches, by the way. I believe it is first to 4, best of 7. So we're going to see at least 3 more matches from Neumont and Chapman. We appear to be on Arco. And... second. There we go. Do that, and then let's do this. We are going to be watching the picks and bans. Neumont is B, so A side is banning right now. Neumont has banned... Neumont has banned Gambit. I believe the other team has banned Punisher. That makes sense. Neumont's Punisher was doing a lot of good work that last round for them and made a lot of big plays, stopping the overall opportunities for what Chapman wanted to see, wanted to do. And that's just really unfortunate, not what you want to see from the gameplay there in Chapman. So you can definitely see why they chose the Punisher there. Moon Knight definitely put in a little bit of work. They found some picks for Chapman, but I do feel like some of the other DPSs in this game would have put in more work than the Moon Knight did. Once again, I've heard a lot that Moon Knight is not like the best player in high-level competitive play in this game, and I can kind of see it. If you can play around his onks, then you're just kind of at an advantage against him, and that leaves you in a bad spot to try to find anything against them. Let's try to fix some of this. I think that's a better size for that there. Alright. I don't need this up. We see the Mantis ban once again. I mean, it worked out for them last time. The Invisigarl save. Yeah, Invisigarl was putting in a lot of work. Interesting that I believe Chapman bans Cloak and Dagger here because both teams had a Cloak and Dagger. I guess they just see how much better Neumont's Cloak and Dagger was on that R. They were absolutely stopping all of their pushes, all of their like ultimates by just counter-ulting. Cloak and Dagger makes you almost invincible as long as they dash right, and it's kind of just crazy work to try to play around. Are we going to see the Jeff? I want to see a Jeff. Come on. Come on, Yoshi. Show me Jeff. Show me Jeff. Please. Please. Okay. It's all right. It's all right. We see Luna Snow. I think that's Luna Snow. Again, there's 2 Frost characters in this game. I think it's Luna Frost or something like that. Cannot remember. Deadpool as support on the other side as we are getting into this. Neumont appears to be on defense first as Chapman is on attack. See the Venom, Deadpool, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Magneto. Not too dissimilar from what we saw last time on their team.
30 seconds before you attack.
We see the... I cannot remember what they're actually called. I wish I could look. Wait, I can go first person? Wait, 1 second. Show me that again, please. Z? Player POV? You lied to me. Oh no, that is player POV. I forgot that first person isn't how this game works. This is third.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, moving into this, it's going to be really interesting to see how both teams play around these new picks. We see the Venom immediately trying to jump in. They are kind of a dive tank in this game, from what I remember. So it's going to be very interesting to see two go down from Chapman, but Chapman managed to find one from Neumont's support. Third goes down from Chapman. Kind of crazy considering they found a support off the bat there from Neumont. Unfortunate for them, but Neumont will have the longer return. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they play around it. One of them tries to loop really far behind Neumont. Not really sure how that will work out for Spider-Man there. This Venom, once again, tries to force his way forward and find these picks off of Neumont. They've separated this Venom fairly well from their supports, but that big old shield that Venom can get just absolutely stopped them from finding anything. Neumont's tanks are doing a really good job of staying on this objective and not going down, but as Chapman finally regroups and finds everything, it's going to be a lot harder. The Moon haunts you, but Neumont gets behind and finds a KO on the Moon Knight, stopping them from everything there. We see the dash spider from Neumont's Spider-Man, not Spider-Man, I can't remember this character's name, but it's unfortunate that I can't. It's their ultimate, and they just plant a bunch of bombs all over the floor, making it really hard to get in. Neumont has done a really effective job at keeping Chapman here at this point, as they can't find anything. Neumont has two ults up. We see the Eye of Agamotto along with the Star-Lord ult here, trying to find something. He goes through the teleporter, can't quite get it, as Luna Snow, I believe, ults there and saves most of their team. We see the magic ult up from Neumont here. It's going to be really interesting to see if they can play around it. We see the magic going down from Neumont. This might be their chance as they fear Magneto into the backlines of Neumont, finding their Luna Snow. Absolutely just forcing Neumont back. They don't have that support anymore. They were down a support and a DPS. Neumont needs to not go any more down here if they want to keep this choke point pushed up. That was a great ult from Magneto there as... Oh, it's best of 5 first... Okay. First to 3? Okay, that makes more sense. We had it set up to where it was best of... Sorry, I was thinking about the Splatoon earlier. Again, I don't tend to do these streams back-to-back. Best of 5, first to 3. We're going to see at least 3 matches here, maybe 5. Thank you for updating me on that. Yeah. We hear Eye of Agamotto. We see the Neumont ult there. They find the entire wipeout from Neumont. Wonderful play. Sorry I got so distracted through that. Absolutely wonderful. That ult just got them so much there. It might have been the Magic and the Doctor Strange there, just combining their ults for some absolute wonderful devastation. Neumont has 5 ults up. They haven't even made it. They've made it about halfway there, and Neumont has so much resources to work with here. See the Star-Lord ult again, trying to find one. Manages to find one of their supports. Manages to find the Bucky. The Deadpool tool, just once again, gonna find basically a team wipe here. It's just the Venom left. He pops that shield, but he's gonna go down. Basically another team wipe from Neumont, as it's only 30 seconds left. They only had to pay 1 ult to find that 2, because that Star-Lord found their way behind and got so much value off of his ultimate there. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful gameplay. I think I'm going to move these both a little bit to the side to hopefully not cover up important information. I'm trying to find a good size for these. We hear Armed and Dangerous. I don't think you found anything off of it, though. Fear Magneto. I want to try to watch that if I can. It won't let me. I'm clicked off. Sad days, sad days. He didn't manage to find anything off of it. Neumont finds all of them basically again in overtime. Neumont not even letting them get halfway through. Unfortunate for Chapman, as Neumont finds just an absolute devastating stop there in that halfway choke. Not letting them get in, not letting them find anything. Crazy work from Neumont.
You'll need a top-notch team to win
Looks
this
like
one.
if I keep the logos about this size, about right there, shouldn't block off any information going into the future. Trying to update these things for Marvel Rivals. That way, in the future, they'll have them good and set. Once again, that was just a wonderful game from both sides. Chapman really tried to find their way in, but they just didn't quite have what they needed to have from the push there to stop Neumont. It was some crazy, like, hard work to get in, because Neumont was only having to pay like 1 or 2 ults to find some team wipes. They really needed to keep an eye on that Star-Lord and stop him somehow. I'm not really sure who counters Star-Lord, but making a swap off and trying to do that might have been worth it for Neumont here. And we see a change off onto the Jeff here. Thank goodness. I love me some Jeff. I love some Jeff gameplay. Jeff, my goat. Come on, Neumont. You got this. You got this. I believe if Neumont even just like makes it about as far as Chapman did at their best, they will win this game. They don't even need to make it all the way to that first checkpoint. It's just halfway through and they are good and set. Neumont, once again, trying to push out and find some picks. I don't think the Venom was necessarily working for Chapman there, so they did swap off. We see them playing Namor. They have the Spider Tank. They have that. Makes sense. Venom, again, kind of a dive. You want to pull them off on attack more than you do on defense. We see their rocket already going down. That's one of their supports. This is looking bad for them. They're, all of them, 4 of them just go down to Neumont there. Neumont only losing 1. Just absolutely wonderful gameplay. They're going to be able to wipe out basically all of Chapman and push forward that objective. As long as they can send a couple up or even just set up a good Doctor Strange portal here, it's going to be unfortunate for Chapman. Do they find one? They do! They find one! The Namor goes through the portal and dies. Yes, Yoshi Jeff, go! Absolutely. Didn't get to see a lot of gameplay from that Jeff, but just wonderful play from Neumont there. We had so many good plays, it's going to be very hard to find what happens there. As we are in match point now, I believe. Neumont, if they win one more, will win this set. And we will see a 2-time Neumont sweep on this Sunday. That would just be wonderful, wonderful time to see. I want to see if I can snipe some of these team wipes here. I believe Neumont had one right around here, where they found the Venom, I think. No, I think this might be a little bit too early. Looks like we will be moving on to Central Park for the next game here. Trying to find a team wipe, but they're just so far forward. It had to have been later in the game after they found that initial push. I think it was like right around here, yeah. I want to watch the Doctor Strange as he finds his way in and gets that wonderful ult that got them that first team wipe. I think it was Doctor Strange that got them that first massive team wipe. Venom finds himself way disoriented, way away from his team. Now that they're down basically a Vanguard, as long as this Doctor Strange can get in and find that big ult. It was the Magic, yeah. Magic got in, found 2, Ayabaga into another 4, into that immediate, wonderful, wonderful play there. Looks like we are getting into this next game now. Again, Neumont just played so well around their ults there and just had some wonderful, wonderful gameplay. I would love to see that moving into this next game here. For Chapman, I feel like they really need to group up, not stagger, and have that better communication. Because if they can counter ult or find good opportunity to really, work their way around Neumont, then they can get some of these plays that they need to find. But their Venom dive just wasn't working. He was finding himself too separated from the rest of his team and couldn't find the picks that you want to find with Venom. He didn't swap off the entire time because he kind of just felt like he needed it to work. We see, I believe, the Invisigirl ban from Chapman and the Gambit ban from Neumont. Neumont is saving Cloak and Dagger, and looks like Chapman will be saving Let's find out who. Groot. I wonder if Neumont knew that Chapman wanted a Groot this entire time. I do know that Neumont does like spy on the other teams and try to figure out what they're playing, what their players are doing. So I could absolutely see them having target banned Groot from Chapman this entire time. And now that Chapman has that Groot back, they might have a good opportunity to like find their way in and win some stuff here. See the Moon Knight ban from Neumont. That makes sense. That makes sense. Neumont, their Moon Knight did find a couple of good picks. Neumont saves Doctor Strange here, which is pretty good save. Neumont's Doctor Strange is a wonderful player and just absolutely great at turning that shield at the right time to block those big plays from Chapman. You see the Luna Snow, I believe, save from Chapman there as just, again, it might be Emma Frost. Again, I can't remember the difference between Luna Snow and Emma Frost. Please forgive me for that. Haven't played this game that much. See the Mantis ban from Neumont. They've been banning Mantis. Makes sense. I'm going to see a Squirrel Girl maybe from Neumont. Definitely seeing the Doctor Strange, that Emma Frost, I believe. Loki. Again, I love me some a good Loki gameplay because he is a support, but his clones can deal some massive damage if you set it up right. Bun Boba! I might have to start. I might swap sides. I might start rooting for Chapman Neumont. I'm sorry, they have a Jeff the Land Shark. I love me some Jeff the Land Shark. I'm gonna watch me. Jeff, my goat. Jeff the Land Shark, please. Oh. Wait, how do I move? How do I move? I wanna see. Jeff, my goat. I love Jeff. He's a little businessman. Jeff. Go. You can't try V. Let's see who that is. That's the Star-Lord. Yeah, the Star-Lord was making some really big plays last time too. They were one of the catalysts for Neumont's team wipes there, and it was just some wonderful gameplay. I'm personally swapping sides to Chapman. I mean, they have a Jeff the Land Shark. What am I supposed to do? How could I root against them when they have my wonderful, beautiful boy Jeff with his cute glasses, his cute suit, and everything going for him? All right, actually watching the game here now. Central Park is one of those maps that, if it's the one that I remember it being, you just have a terrible choke that you have to try to get through. And if you can't get through it, you're kind of just out of the game. You need to find those big plays, find those wonderful moments, or you are going to be in a bad situation. We already see those Loki clones putting in the work, putting a bunch of damage on the entirety of their team as they have to spend their time trying to get through that. Part of why I feel like Loki is such a good pick on this map. See the Groot. Ooh, immediately Emma Frost going down there on Chapman's side as Neumont is just immediately at an advantage here. You see the Wallace going down pretty fast as Neumont can hold this choke and stop them from playing the game. Already a minute passed, and Chapman is just at a disadvantage here. Yeah, a lot of them going low there. Jeff almost going down, unfortunately. Trying to find something here. I feel like Jeff is a really good pick into attack on this map, as you have that like group heal. You can slide through everyone with that beam and find a lot. See the Groot ult here, rooting them all in that massive place, trying to find something, but they cannot quite get that ult to kill as Neumont pops two big ults here. The Spider just running all of these bombs everywhere, stopping Chapman from pushing through as their Groot goes down. Jeff the Land Shark, can he find something? Gets two, tosses both of them off the map. This might be the chance for Chapman to get in and find their way onto this point. Wonderful ult from Jeff there, but Chapman can't find anything off of it. They have one on point, but they don't have their supports up. They're gone. As Neumont slowly pushes them back. Unfortunate. Jeff put in the work, but Chapman just couldn't do it. Neumont needs to try to push up and stop them from finding their way back onto this point if they do want to have this full push stop. Neumont has 4 ults up as they've pushed them back into that choke. It's looking bad for Chapman. 1:45 left on the clock. If they cannot find a big play here, they are out of this game. Their Jeff's ult might come back up in time. They have swapped off to a Squirrel Girl. Makes sense on this map. You do really want that sit-back group play if you want to have a good time. Neumont's Cloak and Dagger almost going down here, but not quite. Chapman, I mean, sorry. Neumont, once again, just holding this choke wonderfully. It's so hard to play on this map because you have one real entrance. Squirrel Stampede, not really finding anything. Neumont manages to take it down. Not really the best ultimate in this game. Kind of useless, unless you can find something really, really good and big off of it. We hear the Fear Magneto, but they can't quite find anything off of it. Maybe getting blocked by Bayfly here as Neumont continues to just try to stop them here. 50 seconds left on the clock. We see Neumont's Cloak and Dagger ult. The rest of Neumont trying to find their ults. Managed to find a big, big stun from Neumont. 2 down on Chapman. If Neumont can stop them here, it's over for Chapman. 4 down. And it's 5 down. A team wipe from Neumont once again. Wonderful. Wonderful plays. Neumont gonna try to find a good portal on Chapman here. Placed it off the map. Gonna wait to try to portal swap them. And they do. Doesn't quite land as the rest of Chapman gets on. This is their last push, their last parade. Can they find it on Neumont? That's the real question. We see the Star-Lord, or we see the Spider-Man mech ult as they find both of Chapman's people again. Spider-Man goes down to the Jeff. Neumont only has 2 people left. Can they find it in overtime? It's just the Star-Lord defending this point. The Star-Lord goes down as Chapman might find this point here. Neumont might have the time to be back on. This Squirrel Girl tries to find something, but I think Chapman has it. In overtime, managed to find something here on Neumont. Neumont gets their people back on, but Chapman is just in a good spot to try to defend. 2 of them go down, and I think moving into this next round, Chapman might have a decent push on this actual payload if Neumont can't force them off. But it's looking like they might run out of overtime time despite the ult. Neumont just sticking crazily like a barnacle to this point. They do finally manage to push it into payload and make up that time. What a wonderful play from Chapman there. Finding that 2 extra minutes. Crazy, crazy work. It's going to be hard for Neumont to make that back, as they're going to have to do kind of what Chapman did, find their way onto the ult, but I do believe that Neumont can. I'm going to have to try to talk a little bit slower, leave a little bit more dead air, because my body is starting to slow down, having streamed for a good, 2-3 hours now. I've just run out of liquid to drink as well. Neumont has 3 ults up. They're going to want to try to stop Chapman from making it to this next point, but it's going to be really hard. Squirrel Stampede forces some of them back. It actually managed to find 3 kills there with a Squirrel Stampede. Crazy work from Neumont. Absolutely massive. You do not see that much Squirrel Stampede value in just any game here. Wonderful, wonderful play. Neumont's going to want to try to find a good setup here. Try to stop Chapman from finding their way onto the point with a minute left. Hopefully they don't find any more overtime value, or Neumont will be in a bad position to defend. They are 3 games ahead, however, so they don't necessarily need this much of a difference in their victories here. Yeah. Chapman managed to find 2 with an ultimate there onto Neumont. Just wonderful play from both sides here as they force Neumont back. We see the spider ult here from Neumont trying to just slow Chapman down. They want to bring it to overtime. They want to stop them here, but Jeff tries to ult, picks up just his own team, and Chapman is in a good spot. They're going to find this next checkpoint on the payload here. Crazy, crazy reversal from Chapman. They went from overtime to some wonderful, wonderful places. I have Agamotto manages to find 1 on Chapman, but Neumont gets picked back for 1 as well. just crazy, crazy work from both sides here.
I am ready to put on a show.
Neumont really desperately trying to stop them from finding this next point, but it's going to be hard. Wonderful ult from the Loki here as they choose Cloak and Dagger as their ult target, trying to find this Jeff. They do manage to find it. That's going to be big for Neumont. Both of Chapman's supports are down. This is their opportunity to really stop them here as they do basically find a team wipe off of those two supports going down. That's it. That's the push from Chapman. Neumont needs to find some big, big plays to make that much of a push on Central Park here.
Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
Once again, I am kind of burning out as I've been streaming 2 hours today. It is hard, tough work to do that. 2 solo streams back to back. It's hard to do one. It's going to be interesting to see how Neumont plays here. I feel like they absolutely can find the picks that they need to make. They can find the plays that they need to make to win it and find the game here. But even if they can't, they're in a good spot. They have 2 wins to Chapman's 0. It's match point in Neumont's favor. Chapman would have to find a reverse sweep to get it out here. That being said, they have swapped off Jeff, so I'm no longer rooting for them. Chapman, I hope you lose this match. Come on, Neumont, you got this. You don't have a Jeff either, but like they got rid of their Jeff. I have to swap it up. I'm a Jeff lover through and through. Maybe it was me rooting for the Jeff that got them as far as they did. Maybe Neumont, now that they have me on their side, will find a good opportunity to push forward and find some good plays here. Oh, my throat is in a bad spot.
Battle starts in 5.
We see a very similar comp to what they were just playing on Neumont's side, but it works both ways here. This time having a Iron Man instead of immediate pick from the Iron Man on their Squirrel Girl. Crazy work. The fact that they have a rocket means that it's not that big of a play, but still insane work from the Iron Man there. Just off the bat finding a pick. That's great for Neumont. Trying to separate this Spider-Man tank. I can't remember what their name is. It makes me so sad that I can't remember what their name is. Yo, you can't try made a great play there. Finding that Squirrel Girl off the bat. Bayfly trying to find some space here, and Neumont really is just like absolutely wanting to farm for their ult, trying to make big plays off the bat. That way they're not in the same situation that Chapman was. They find a pick on the one of them, but they get revived by the rocket revive station once again. Squirrel Stampede manages to find a pick on one of Neumont's attacks, I believe. Just leaving them in a bad spot here. They're gonna have to kind of back up here, as both one of their DPSs and their tank went down. They need to regroup and find a good push in order to win it here. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much for that. I do try my best. It does become hard when you've done it this far, though. We might see a reverse Squirrel Stampede here. Yep, Squirrel Stampede from Neumont here, as well as the Iron Man ult, trying to find a pick on that rocket. They do. Neumont popping all of their ults here, trying to find as much as they can on Chapman, but I believe Chapman popped their Cloak and Dagger, leaving their entire team basically up, but 3 go down. Wonderful play from Neumont. I believe they have point here unless Chapman can delay for long enough here. Yeah, absolutely. Chapman gets revived by that rocket revive station. They might come on to ult point and find something here if Neumont cannot defend it, but they might be able to. Just in time to stop the ult from popping fully, but they get picked off. Unfortunate for Chapman. This is real firepower. That means that that's a rocket ult from Chapman, but nothing from it. They force their way onto ult once again. Unfortunate for Neumont. They really need to not let them delay this long if they want to find anything really big off of it. Squirrel Stampede finding 2, 3 on Neumont. Neumont really wants to find this point, and they barely manage to before Chapman gets back on it. 2 down on Chapman, 3 down on Neumont. With that pushed up spawn, Neumont's in a really good spot. They have 3 minutes to do what Chapman did in 2. Whew. My fingers are getting tingly as I've been talking for a long time here. This Iron Man is going to go ahead and push his way forward and try to find something with his ult, probably. Soon, PM. Maybe work with this, oh my goodness, Doctor Strange. My mind is going to be blanking a lot here as I've been, again, casting for a while. I think Neumont's going to try to combine a lot of their ults. They're already halfway through what they wanted to. They only find one stun, but it's on one of their supports. The Doctor Strange goes down, and it doesn't matter that much because Neumont has the, once again, Squirrel Girl ult. You do not see this value off of it. I've never seen this much value off of Squirrel Girl ults a day in my life. All of Chapman goes down. Iron Man finds his way behind, trying to find a good pick with this ult here, as Neumont is just basically at the winning point here. Squirrel Stampede once again from Neumont. They're 1 meter away from a win here. As long as Neumont can stay on this point and force Chapman off, they will find this win here. Can they get it? 1 meter left, 2 minutes 30 on the clock. Will they find it here, or will they need to regroup and find a new point? This is real firepower. Already down from Neumont. Come on, Neumont. I believe. The Luna Frost goes down. The Cloak and Dagger goes down. Neumont is in a good spot. 3 down from Chapman. It's just their Squirrel Girl left as Neumont has found it for the win. Absolutely wonderful plays from both sides. Wonderful attempt from Chapman. I love to see that almost comeback from Chapman, especially while they had the Jeff. But it just was not enough to stop Neumont as they found their way in, found their way onto those objectives, and managed to play the game just a little bit better. I believe that's it. I believe that's game, as Neumont has taken it. Ooh. Oh, wow. My throat is absolutely shot. Solo casting 2 games in a row. I do not recommend it. If any casters are out there watching this stream, please do not do what I did if you are not prepared for what just happened. But absolutely wonderful games from both our Splatoon team and our Marvel Rivals team today. Wonderful plays from both our Splatoon team and our Marvel Rivals team. We saw the team wipe not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times at least from Neumont today. Wonderful time. I think we saw it once or twice from Chapman too, not to downplay how good they were playing. It's just they had a little bit of a difference in players and skill from Neumont. They just couldn't quite play around Neumont's ult as well as Neumont was playing around theirs, and that really led to the victory from Neumont there. Love to see it. Love to see a Neumont win. Love to see 2 Neumont wins. And I don't believe I have anything else for you guys today, as long as the games are over, and I believe they are. It has been a wonderful time streaming for both Splatoon and Marvel Rivals today. I've had a great time. Hope you all have had a great time as well.